Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and today is Tuesday, September 24th. I am a day late this week. I was able to get together with my cousin and my aunt yesterday, and so I had some other things to get done before I could picked up my daughter, and so the week just got pushed back a little bit. But today I have gotten a lot of stuff done and wanted to get my video recorded for this week because I have a lot to show. I always think, oh, I don't have very much to show, and then I start gathering the things, as I know other Flosstubers mention as well, and then I find lots of stuff to share. So I wanted to first start off with talking about a new Flosstuber, and her name is Lisa, and I follow her on Instagram, and I actually met her not this past year, but the year before. I don't know if she watches and remembers, but I met her at StitchCon, and her Instagram handle is lsnaps, and her Flosstube is lsnaps and stitch, and she has so many beautiful projects, and I just watched her video last night. I think it just came out yesterday, and she shows all of her things. She's working on Marianne Kopp. She's working on Rejoice Evermore, and she has other things too, but those are two in particular. She lives in Texas, and she is friends with and meets up with Katie from So Tattered at the Boxcar Quilts, I think is what it's called. But I've seen pictures of them together. But if you are looking for a new Flosstuber, I would recommend her channel. She has lots to she shared a lot in her first video, and I've seen her pictures on Instagram, and I know she has other stuff to share. So I would go watch or give her a follow and see what else she has to share. All right, that's all for announcements, life update, really nothing different. Baseball, maybe a hurricane is coming, I'm not sure. I think it's turning, so we'll just get outer bands of rain. I don't ever know, and I try just to kind of pay attention in case there is something serious, but we get so many maybe not in Florida during hurricane season. It's kind of, I think, like what Northerners probably experience when they experience snow, is it's always happens, and there's storms and things, and you just kind of get used to it. Although it is scary if you are in the path of the hurricane. So if you are wherever it's going now, or who knows where it will end up, I hope you stay safe. But it's looking like we're just going to get outer bands. So potentially practice for this week will get canceled, and I don't know about this weekend, but we'll see. But hurricane season is still going on, and we'll see what happens. So far, knock on all the wood, nothing has happened. A lot of times we get something and then we're out of power for a week or whatever. And it's hard for everybody, but it's hard too, I feel like, when you're either older or you have kids, because trying to keep, I don't like it, but I can figure out how to be okay. But it's hard when you're trying to explain to your kids, we don't have any air conditioning and we need to use flashlight, and so hopefully it just won't happen, but we'll see. All right, enough about the weather and maybe a hurricane, I don't know. But okay, I have a stitching finish, and then I fully finished a piece and created some more stitching boxes at more inspiration I got offline. So the first one is my stitching finish, and this I posted on Instagram already, but this is Tomato Hill, which was an exclusive with Sampler Guild of the Rockies. And also I just saw today, if you are interested in joining, they are closing the membership for the year October 1st. So if you are wanting to get in the guild, Sampler Guild of the Rockies, you can go to their website, which I'll try to remember to link it below, and submit the membership form and money or payment, and then you will be in for this year. Otherwise, they're closing memberships until April. So just FYI, if that's something you're interested in. This was a fundraiser, and you can't get this anymore. I'm assuming Paulette will probably release it. And when I posted my picture on Instagram, I posted this and the photo, and people were saying, I like that you chose darker linen, and many other nice comments. But this came as a kit, and I stitched with the called for fabric. So if you look, the fabric looks a lot lighter than what the fabric actually is. And so I just wanted to make you aware that this is the called for fabric. I did not change it. And the fabric is Cafe au Lait by Fiber on a Whim, 36 count. And let me pull it over here so it's closer to my head. It was so fun. I did it in, I think it was 2 days. Last week, there's a update. Last week I had a sick daughter, and my middle daughter was sick, so I got a lot of stitching time. She was resting and I was stitching because I couldn't go anywhere. So I got this done. And then before she got sick and I was at home, I fully finished this, which was the shop hop chart I showed last time. And my phone keeps turning off, and that's where my notes are. The shop hop, and someone was asking to share more information because I can't show the chart. So the shop hop was from 2012, and it came from the store Fancy Mats and More in Colorado. And I believe that the store no longer is there. So I really don't know if you can get the chart unless you know somebody who had it, which I so graciously, one of my friends gifted to me to stitch, and I was very appreciative. It's so cute. So I used Tilda fabric on the back, and I said I was going to put this on top of a box. So I started playing around with the box, and this was the original one that I had bought for it. And the more I kept looking at it, I was like, I don't really know. I don't know if I love putting this on the box because it's not. I was going to have to sew fabric around the sides, and I kind of thought, well, if I put it on the top, which there's nothing wrong with putting something on the top because when you close it, you see it. And when it's open, the people around, if you're at a retreat, the people around you see it. But I wanted to be able to see the stitching. So I made it into a pretty flat pillow. And then I had a black box from Amazon, and I had ordered I think I have a blue one too, a blue and a black that I hadn't ever done anything with. So I got the black one out. Sorry. And I made this box, and I have my little pillow sitting in here. So this is kind of my blue box. And also it was inspired because Monday, after my video, I think it was Monday, after I did the video, I got the most adorable birthday present from Nicole Spohr. And this was in the present, and I'll show you the other part in a minute. And if you watch Nicole, you'll see she made this scissor fob, which I put on my scissors. And it has my name on the back. Oh my goodness. But it is blue. And so that also kind of got my juices going of, what do I want to do? I want to have a box that I can put the scissors and the scissor fob and do this. And so that's kind of how this came to be. And all of the other stuff was things that I had. So this little tomato, and there's a doily in here. Those were from one of my Stitch Folk boxes. This is from 5 Times Blessed. This is kind of heavy. It's a pincushion from Kohana that I got in one of the kits I got. These are needles, and this is just some extra stuff. I had some blue lace that came in a kit I got from Evertote that I wasn't going to finish the way I got it. And I don't even know if I'm going to stitch it. So I started like kind of taking the whole kit apart. I'm like, well, I can use the linen for this and I can use the trim for this. So just because you buy a kit doesn't mean you have to keep it together. And you can, if you want to get rid of things, you could sell them, or you could just kind of disassemble and use for different things, which some of mine, I'm doing that so that I will actually go to use. But so then I put my pillow in here, and I absolutely love this case. I don't have my top camera set up, so I'm trying to show without spilling everything. So that's one case I made. And then from when I was telling you I had, I saw Christy Jones Ray on Instagram. Her case, it was kind of what started the whole thing to make a new case. She had a pink one, and she was using this like nude color. So I had gotten, let me go backwards. This is part of haul, but I needed to buy the background for my Swoon 16 quilt, which I bought it from Serendipity Woods. And in my package from Serendipity Woods was this bit by bit stash builder. And so it came with 2 fat 16ths. So this came in my box, 2 fat 16ths. And one of the fabrics, which I'm going to take this out to try to show you, was this fabric down here. And I thought that is so cute. And I really wanted to make something with it. And I thought, you know what? I want to make a case. I liked the pink. I have pink things. And I thought this would be really pretty to make a very like delicate looking case. So I put that in there, and then I found, which you kind of can't see it because I have it covered up with a piece of lace, but I found some ribbon that let's see, you can see it right here. I put it here also. I found some ribbon that I had already bought from Hobby Lobby, which everything was things I already had. And this is Be Cute lace from Lori Holt, which I covered up here. I put some in to kind of mask the sides. I have my scissors. I just tied a bow with some lady dot ribbon, and then all kinds of pink things. All these little things are just little trinkets. I probably won't even use them, but they're just cute. And then, which Christy had also, she had a Saju box. She had a different one. And this is from a pair of scissors I bought. And I stuck a magnet in here and then put needles so I can shut that. And this actually comes out. So if I wanted to use this, or I could put this in another bag, and it just has needles in it. But I just thought it looked cute, and it's just cute. And this also was kind of the inspiration. I love this graphic. And as much as I love blue, I also really love pink. I do like bright pink, but more kind of muted that's one of my favorite color palettes as well, which you'll also kind of see in one of my whips that I was inspired to restart, but I'll show that in a minute. Before I get to that, let me go ahead and share the rest of the gift I so appreciatively got from Nicole. She made me this card, which is adorable, and I'm going to be putting this on display. So she made me the scissor fob, which I love, and this is from the Shepherd's Bush chart, and she stitched this on 46 count to make it this small. And then this part is the scissor fob, and then she put my name, which she showed. If you go to her latest video, which has lots of goodness because she hadn't been on in a while, she shows making that. And then the other thing she made me, which I cannot wait, I already wore it, but I put it up here to show, is this amazing sweatshirt. Look how cute. And then it has on the sleeve, it has the stitching, and over here it has a heart. It's so cute. And I cannot wait to wear this. It's not cold here. However, we keep our house really cold. So I wear sweatshirt in my house a lot. So I will be wearing this, and I will for sure be bringing it to Stitch West with me. So I am very excited to wear my sweatshirt, and I love it. And I've already talked to her and said thank you, but I wanted to show that because it's so cute. Okay, now whips. Now, I told you last week I was going to work on Noel sampler every day and do like one strand, or I guess one length of DMC, which is the 6 individual strands. And I did do that. However, I wasn't very good at taking pictures. So I'm going to put a picture right here of where I was. And while that's still there, I want to show you. So that's going to be here. And then I'm going to show you over here where I got. So I was able to put the border. I filled in the rest of this house, and then I ran out of that color. So I have since gotten more because I needed that for something else, and I forget. Oh, I needed it for these flowers. So I needed to get some more. I did 2 more letters, and then I did this whole bird. I did also rip these 2 snowflakes out, and I don't know if you can see, but they are, you can see them a little bit better. The white that this chart calls for is 3866, and it's really, really ghosty on this fabric, which is winter white. And I'm pretty sure she stitched it on parchment, I think, from Weeks Dye Works. And I mean, they're ghosty in this picture too, which I don't mind a little bit, but it was like too faded. So I ended up switching them out, switching that. This is 3866 still, which is in the house, but these snowflakes and any other snowflakes, which there are some more here in by the deer, I am using 3865 instead, just so it's a little bit brighter, because you like really couldn't see anything. So I think one day I didn't do my 6 strands. So I am going to keep this up this week. I've been writing it down so that I remember that I did it, and see how much further I can get. I think once I can get this top part done, which was kind of my goal. So there's some trees over here, the rest of the house and the roof, and there's like a little bird. This part will be done. And I might start kind of getting to the border while I'm doing that. And then this, I mean, it's a decent amount of stitching, but it's not very heavy stitching. It's letters, the reindeer, some more little trees. That should go quicker. So maybe I can get a little more done. But I'm going to use this same chart, and I'm going to try to keep doing that this week every day and doing my one length. And somebody was asking what I was talking about, so I'll show you. Because I feel like it's a little hard to explain. So this is 2 strands. So I would take one piece, which this is 6 strands, and I would stitch all 6 strands of these. And then when I'm done, that's all I did for the day. Now, one day I will admit I did do more, just because I kind of wasn't sure what else I wanted to work on, and I didn't have a lot more time of stitching. And so I thought, I really just want to get that bird done, that like the whole little bird area. And so I just worked on that until it was done. And I think that might have been like after the day I didn't work on anything, so I wanted to make sure to get some time in. So I'm really liking that method, and it's making that piece not seem as daunting to me, because like I had mentioned before, I wasn't really loving it because I don't really enjoy the 2 strands anymore. So it's making it easier and more enjoyable to stitch, and I'll be able to have a finish hopefully this year. So we'll see if I keep going on it, which if I get a lot done, I probably will keep the method up until it's done. This was the other one I did a decent amount. My goal for September, which I don't know if I'm going to meet it because I'm really wanting to start some fall things, is I just wanted to get the house done. And I got a lot done. And I'm kind of at a fill-in part now. I think I have a little bit more of the mortar to do. So, I mean, maybe I can get it done. The filling in, although it's like not hard, sometimes it tends to take longer than you think. You think, I got all the mortar done. The fill-in will be super quick. And then it's not as quick as you think. So here is the house. And you can see, let me try to get it. Oops, sorry. I want to get it so you can really see this orange. Let me just hold it up. This board is bigger than the normal one, and it's kind of a little hard to show. So the orange is sweet potato, and it's really giving great variegation. It calls for clockwork, and for me, it was a little bit bright. I still wanted to stay with the orange because I was really liking the orange and the blue, which is blue corn. The combination, it's really pretty together. Reminds me of Auburn colors. And I'm not an Auburn fan, but the colors together are really pretty. But it looks really good. In person, it looks better than the video. But I'm keeping this out to hopefully reach that goal. But if not, I haven't quite decided my full idea of what I want to do in October. The only thing I know is that I am definitely getting in, although it's still hot, and I'm going to decorate in the next couple days, or put out fall things. I am in the mood to stitch fall. And so I'll show you a couple things I've pulled out, and tell you why some of the things I pulled them out. But I'm kind of thinking I want to move more into fall, and I might keep that sampler. And I didn't stitch on my birthday start, which is Sarah Stewart Hardiman, but I'd really like to stitch on that a little bit more this month. I know that I don't have very much more time until the end of the month, but I really would like to maybe spend another day on it before I kind of put it aside to work on fall and Halloween, and then then I'll work on Christmas, and then I'll get back to it. But I think I want to try to pick that up again. All right, I had mentioned I wanted to work on Regina Hable a little bit more, which are Hable or Hable, I'm not sure. I did work on this a little bit, and this kind of was inspiration a little bit for my light pink stitchy box, because, all right, ignore the rat's nest of floss over here. But this is in my case or my folio from Rika, and this month she added this little thing to hang your floss on. So here are the colors, which I really like this because when I shut it, I can shut it with the floss, and then I also have my mess of floss, which I just didn't put them back on the rings. All right, so let me show you what I did. I didn't do a lot because I ended up working on Marion Kopp to try to get I got almost all the mortar done. But I did want to put a little bit more into this because this is really pretty. However, to me, this is reminding me more of like a spring, maybe beginning of the year stitch. So I'm thinking I'm going to put this away and I will work on it more then. But I was able to get some more, I hope you can see this, some more of the alphabet done, and I was able to put in this red or pink for the border, which is really, really pretty. So, and I mean, I'm doing this on white clay by Fox and Rabbit. I didn't think this was getting done, but I wanted to put some more work into it. Oh, and also, Noel Sampler is on 32 count Winter White by Seraphim. And my Marianne Kopp is on, oh man, let me see if I have the thing. Not Another Sampler by Bee Stitched Me, 36 count. And I have gotten that color before, and one of the pieces I have gotten was very orange, and this one is not. It has hints of orange, but it's not to the same like another piece I got. So I do know the colors vary some, but it's hand dyed. So I mean, there's not a lot they can do. They're getting it as consistent as they can. Okay, so this was inspired from the Half Pone Stitchers. And I already had this going. I think I have the cover sheet. Let me see. I had this going. The two of them, Christy and Sarah, were working on. One of them is working on one and one's working on the other. And so this is what it is. It's the Tindale Sister samplers. And I know that Jem from Stitching Jem, she's also working on one. She's working on the other, not the same one I'm doing. But so what I had done is I already had started this. And I don't know what I started it on. I want to say it was maybe like flax or something. But it's with, I bought the kit when I had bought it with the Jenny Thompson flower thread. And you really need to stitch on 32 or 28 count. And so whatever I used, it was one of those, but it was kind of boring. And not that this is much more exciting, but I love cream and sugar. And so I had a piece of 32 count cream and sugar for whatever reason. And I thought, well, let me pull it back out and I'll restart it on the cream and sugar and see if I like it. And I didn't get very far, but I did start it, and I was really liking using the Jenny Thompson thread. And I got this little part done really quick. Here's how much I got done, which you'll laugh because it's not very much. However, it was really fun. And when you use the Jenny Thompson, you just pull it off and you use the whole strand. You don't separate it or anything. So I thought, well, that would be fun to pull out. And it, to me also, I mean, it looks spring-like. So I'm thinking I'll put this and Regina Hable together and pull them out more in the spring. And this one is Elizabeth. Yes, this one is the Elizabeth one. And so it's the one that has the least amount of writing. And that's why I chose it. So they're really pretty. But cream and sugar is one of my favorite colors. So I thought, well, that would be fun to pull this out. And I mean, who knows? This week I might get a hankering to want to work on this. You never know. I feel like, well, I say this every time. I tell you guys stuff and then it like makes me not want to do it. But it's all in my own head. No one's over here telling me what to do. All right. So that was all of the whips that I had. So like I said, I'm thinking I want to go ahead, probably try to finish working on Marianne Kopp, the house. I'm not doing any more of it right now. Finish the house or work on the house a little bit more in the next, let's see. When is it? October. next Tuesday. So I have one more week until October. So for the next week, have Marianne Kopp working, doing my Noel sampler, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and, unless there's a sampler that I've already started that I want to work on more, which there could be something I have, but I'm not 100%. I think I'm going to go ahead and start some fall stuff. And I might do that and the fall stuff. Who knows? Because I am not opposed to working on more than one thing in a day. However, my stitching has been like a little scattered. Like I had got a lot of stitching done last week because my daughter was sick. But then Sunday I went out with my friends for lunch, went shopping, came home. I had stuff to do with, my son was waiting for me to get home to do a craft with them. So I was doing that and dinner, and I didn't ever get stitching done. And then on Monday, yesterday, I was supposed to be stitching with my aunt and my cousin, and we were just talking. So I didn't get any stitching done yesterday either. And last night my son had a baseball game. So then we left and went to the baseball game, and by the time we came back, it just becomes crazy trying to get ready for bed and stuff. So I am really in the mood to stitch. Because it's weird for me to not stitch every single day. But this one I had gotten, and I think I forgot to show this last time. I got this kitted from Farm Girl Dry Goods, Goodness Gracious. And this was my favorite because I say goodness gracious all the time. And so I thought I have got to stitch this. So this is on the list of things to do for sure. Then I failed because, like I just said, I didn't stitch on Sunday. So I failed to start. So I need to get on it. Dear friends, and this is a stitch along hosted by Jody of Simply Stitching Ocala and Felicia, who is Floss and Blocks. So I need to get this going. And I decided to stitch it on the other half of this piece of mocha from Be Stitch Me. And so one half, so it's all in the same bag. One half I'm stitching this chart, which Jody had gifted us. And then the other side I'm going to stitch the Dear Friends. Excuse me. So I have that all together in a bag. Then, after, which I just had to laugh, Christy from Crosshatch Quilts came out with a new video, which if you haven't watched it, you must go watch. And she was talking about how all or a lot of her whips and or finishes, they all have houses in them. And I thought it was really funny because I started looking around at mine and I thought, so do mine. And there's nothing wrong, but my whole mantle has a house. So I thought and she said the same thing. I need to stitch some other things that don't have houses to kind of like mix it up. So it's not like a whole town of houses, of samplers or whatever. So I had got this from Fat Quarter Shop. And so I want to start this, and I have it all on my floss rings. So I want to work on this as a fall piece because I have some other falls that I want to do, but they're houses. And I will do them because I love them, but I thought I need to have a little variety. And plus the houses, they're fun to stitch, but they are a lot of stitching trying to fill them in. I don't know if I'm going to start this or not this year, but I love this piece. And this was when it was a Patreon chart. I had gotten it. And now she since has put it in a book. And I think I actually might have the book too because I just love Teresa's books. But I kitted this with a conversion I did myself with color and cotton. And I have a piece of 36 count Duxbury. And I feel like Christy from Crosshatch either she showed this or somebody else showed this, which then reminded me I had it all kitted. So I pulled this out too. Potentially start that. And then I have a whole pile of other things that are fall. Oh, and this is October 1st, so next Tuesday, if I can hold out that long. I had to order a couple of threads they didn't have at Fat Quarter Shop. I am starting this to start along. I don't think we have a hashtag right now, but for this chart, Rika from House of Stitch and Stash, I know, got it and wants to start it, and Nicole Spore wants to start it. And I have the called for fabric, and I am also going to change my house from brown to blacksmith blue, which you can't really see how blue it is, but it is definitely blue. But it's dark because I still wanted the house to be dark, but I thought I want to make it blue because I'm really liking that orange and dark blue combination together. So I have the threads, most of them. There's a couple, like I said, I had to order. And this is the called for fabric, which is Sleeping Bear by Needle and Flax. And it was actually for another kit that, at least for right now, I'm not going to stitch. So I thought, well, I'll just take the fabric from there and then I can replenish it or whatever. But it's going to be so pretty, and I cannot wait to start that. We're also going to start the Annie B stockings October 1st. And then, like I said, I have a whole bunch of other things to work on for fall. All right, I went ahead and just picked up the things I had on the ground that I wanted to work on. So I'll show these while we're here. The first one that I think I really want to do this is I bought last year the kit to make the autumn bag from Shepherd's Bush. So I would really like to work on this, which I really enjoy making these bags. So this shouldn't take that long. And inside of the bag is my Halloween at Hockren Hollow, which I have not worked on since last year, I don't think. And I would like to at least get the top and maybe like one of the blocks done or worked on. I've also thought about, let me show you where I am. So all I have so far, and I bought the thread conversion from Shepherd's Bush, which is, I saw Lori Holt and Christy from Crosshatch using it, and I thought it was really pretty. So this is on 36 count straw, which I don't remember if that's what they're called. No, it's called, I think it's on Sand Dune from Lakeside. So this is, but it's close color. So all I had done was the top, or like starting the outline. So my other idea was, instead of focusing on getting the whole top filled in, is get the rest of the border of the top and then try to do some of the borders. So then I can kind of go in, because I'm for sure not going to do the bottom 4 blocks, but I'm unsure of how I want to do everything, or if I want to like substitute any of the blocks with something else. So we'll see. But as of right now, as you can see, I am not very far. So this is in that bag. So I need to get the front of it stitched so it has something. And I have all the threads, which is a beautiful amount of threads. And then I already started this this year, which was Jack's Bash by Plum Street. And this was, oh goodness, I don't know what fabric this is. Let's see. Oh, Graham Cracker by Shakespeare's Peddler. And I just have a little start. So I'd like to put a little bit of work on this. And I'm hoping that as I get some of these things going, or pick like this up, that one of them might really catch my interest and I can like work on it to completion. But if not, I also do not have any problem with just putting a little here and there on projects. As if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you will know that. And nothing has changed. Even though I am getting things finished, I still am all over the place sometimes. This is a new start. And I know that Jordan, the tattooed stitcher, and I think a couple other people are planning to start this, I think at Stitch West. I don't know if I can wait until the end of October to start it. I might start it before and then work on it while I'm there. And I have the called for fabric, which is Vintage Sand Dune by Lakeside. And then I am stitching it with the DMC. And I have them on the thread milk caps. And here's, I mean, the DMC colors alone are so pretty. So this is one, and I know it's funny because it's a giant house, but it is just so pretty. And I know Country Sampler has a model of that, and I've seen it in like the corner of some of the pictures, and the colors are so pretty. I also have this, which I did have a small start. I decided I'm restarting it though on Cream and Sugar because it was a little more creamy than the color I was using, which was more white. And it wasn't a problem, but I just wasn't loving it. And I saw Bernadette, who is Burn Stitches on Instagram, and she also has Flosstube. She was showing her finish on her Flosstube, and I really thought that I needed to use Cream and Sugar. It looked really good, and that's what she used. So this is another, and again, another house. And then I have my 12 days. This is my other start along. And what is this? Oh, and then I have my whip, which is We Gather, and some of the other ones were whips too. This one this is one I would like to get done. The We Gather Together by Annie. And I haven't worked on it anymore, but this is one I'll pull out and try to get finished. So pretty. And if you do not have this and you are not the one who I picked to win, I would highly recommend, if you like fall and stuff, I mean, this is so pretty. And I mean, the colors are pretty on here, but when you get them on the linen, and I'm using the called for linen, it is just amazing. And then it's not really fall, but the colors kind of lend themselves to fall. A friend also loaned me this, which is Patchwork Pin Keep. And I keep putting off starting it, and I know if I just started it, it would be finished. But this is you stitch it on 2 different color pieces of linen, and then these are the colors, which to me are very fall. So I have this in the bag of something to start. I also, which is downstairs still, I have my Bittersweet September by Blackbird. I would like to get that finished. I also am considering, which I know you'll all think I'm crazy, but that's okay. I am considering starting Real Comfort. Again, I do not think I'm going to get this finished this year. But if I just start it, it will be there if I want to work on it. So this is a maybe. It's all in a bag. all kitted, so we'll see if it gets started. Some of the other Halloween ones, I think I want to work on before I work on that, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, so that's all my potential plans. For haul, I mean, let's see. I did get this Ann Topley from the Scarlet House. I have loved that for a long time. Fleur de Noel from JBW. I thought that was really pretty. And she also shows it in green, which I kind of like the green. So I might pull this out and get that work going when I kind of get into Christmas stitching. And I got, okay, so I use, and I don't ever show it, but because it's like a hot mess, but I currently am using the Book of Days, which I love. I decorated it. I showed all of it at like the beginning of the year. And I still am recording in there, and I'm writing down what my finishes are. I'm also, since I am doing my year of Brenda Gervais, which I am working on other projects, I do mark like if it's a Brenda Gervais finish, so that I was going to do like a mid-year. I never got to it, so it'll probably be the end of the year. But I want to share all of the pieces that I finished this year that were Brenda Gervais. Because I thought that would be a fun thing to show, especially because I was trying to focus on her this year, which kind of like naturally happens because she's definitely, if she's not my favorite, she's one of my top 3 favorite designers. So I've been keeping all that together. I showed this planner last year, which this is from Lori with My Crazy Life. And this is her new planner, which I just ordered. And I saw Holly from Hobbies of Holly using this. And so I had the Book of Days. I got it spiral bound. I decorated it. And then I had also bought this planner for this current year. I decided not to use it and I gave it away. But then I saw Holly using it, and it has some other pages already in it and kind of some of the things I added to my Book of Days. So I thought this coming year, 2025, I'm going to try to use this planner. So first, I'll just show, I know a lot of people have probably seen this, but this is they have the whole month spread, which I like to use this each day when I stitch. I write down on the day what I did. And a lot of it is for me and doing my videos so I can know what I did. I don't track my time, but I do like to look back and say, for instance, this piece, I can look and see it took me 2 days. So if I had another piece similar to this, I would know, okay, 2 or 3 days, I could have that done. Then it has a page with like some dots you could use to graph with. And then it has notes, sals, challenges, and finishes. So then you can write that down, which are some of the things I added to my Book of Days. And then like it has the next month. Then in the back, it has well, first, this is like a whip-go board or whatever you're going to call it. Then it has these pages. Subscriptions and clubs. It's just some notebook paper. And then it has a section for retreats, which honestly, I don't know if I would use it. However, it has good planning. So I might, we'll see. But it has different things about the retreat that you could have. And then it has like Stitchy Kindness, packing. Oh, that's a chart. Has some graph paper. So it does have a couple charts also in here. And then that's like basically the end. I think I'm really going to like this. And then I also don't have to go get the Book of Days bound. However, if you're not writing or tracking any of that other stuff, then you don't necessarily need all of it. And if you're like a Book of Days lover, then that probably works fine. But I thought I would give this a try and see how it goes for this year. All right, I wanted to go ahead and talk about the giveaways, give the winners, and then also mention the winners from last week. I have all of your emails. I haven't got the stuff out. I will get it out in the next couple days. It's just like I said, it's been a little bit busy, and I haven't got the stuff mailed, so I apologize. So if you are a winner today, send me an email at sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com, and I will send this out in the mail to you. So the first one is Thankful You, and the winner is ND Quilter 1. Number 2 was Janice G. Davis. Number 3 was Vicky Kennedy 9644. This is Linda Morse 6188. And the last one, which was the We Gathered Together, is Becky Reed 6196. So if any of those are you, send me an email like I said, and I will get those in the mail to you. And then, let me see. God, I had some other ones over here. I don't know where the other giveaways are. So for this week, we're not going to do a giveaway. I'm just going to catch up with where we are. And then next Monday, I'll have some more things. I have a whole bin of things to give away that were from other viewers and Fat Quarter Shop. So thank you guys so much. Some has come from my stash. But that's all for today. If you have any amazing, which you probably think so, stitching that you're doing for fall, or charts that I didn't mention that you think would be fun to stitch, drop them in the drop down or in the comments and let me know. And until next week, I'll talk to you later. Bye.